thing is stupid, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
everything from what Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae was doing, getting low downs and people with bad credit into houses and so forth, sparring off, unwise, CDO hedging, equity investments and so forth, and the subprime bonanza that sprung off it all, to create a falsified effect of economic robust activity and so forth. And, I'd have to tell you that, all in all, the whole thing, yeah, in my opinion, was stupid. But, you got to pay attention to what sparks it all off, I suppose, if you're being a fair person about it all.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think what I'm most personally disappointed with is not the fact that in society we failed on different levels and different avenues and fronts and so forth. It's just we've had the wrong people get into power.
Yeah.
When all of this has happened, to where it's kind of like the analogy of, trying to pour gasoline on a fire to put the fire out.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. It just blows up bigger and...
Maybe you need a water.
Yeah.
We just haven't got to the point to where we've had any rationally minded people that could get out of their minds of exploiting a bad scenario.
Yeah.
In there to begin, putting water on the fire and subsequently enacting logical reformations and trying to learn where we kind of went wrong in society on all this and how to maybe create some new mousetraps that could be a little bit more feasible.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit equitable for all out there on all different, financial levels and so forth, So, I mean, what we got to do is we got to get through these times the best we can.
Yep.
Try to educate people as much as we can. Try to prepare as much as we can.
Yep.
You definitely are in a daunting time period.
Absolutely.
And, we even, taken advantage of all this in the Republican Party to break Ronald Reagan's 11th Amendment. And, get the ideas colliding a little bit.
Absolutely.
Formulate a new platform.
Yep.
Because I don't. Even as a Republican that I am, I can't tell you that we've been perfect on everything.
No.
And when you haven't been perfect on everything, you sometimes gotta do a primary that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And formulate, get a real sense and feel of who the people are that are really turning out to vote in this Republican Party.
Yeah.
Understand the times that we're in versus the reformations that we'll have to make in the future and kind of sculpt a platform that best jostles and balances a lot of moving dynamics and factors out there.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
I know there's a lot of frustrated conservative voters and so forth looking at this primary system. We might not even get the guy we want in there at all. I'm going to tell you, if Romney wins it, I'm not...
Yeah, I'm not happy about that either.
He's pink over Romney, but
yeah,
I wouldn't question him being against his own country.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that on there, on Twitter.
Right.
And, there's been maybe mistakes he's made with the healthcare stuff. I think he's seeing that it's probably a bad idea after his fail in Massachusetts and what we see.
Yeah.
Static that Obamacare's created and so forth,
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say that Mitt Romney's a stupid man.
No, he's very smart and calculating. It's just, I think everybody's sick of more of the same. We want something different that will make an impact. We're looking for a
We don't have the Ronald Reagan that I want. We don't have the new Ronald Reagan coming out. And I'll tell you right now.
No, we don't.
The kind of Republican I've always been.
And we don't have a George Washington coming out. We don't have an Abe Lincoln coming out. We have more of the same of chocolate and vanilla. Would you agree?
You got to be patient.
Yeah.
Got to be patient. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
There's primaries running the gauntlet all the way through.
Yeah.
A lot longer than any primary would ever go, and there's probably a very good reason for that.
Yeah.
I think that you got some people in the party that realizes that life involves a little bit of give and take.
Absolutely.
So there's going to be, I think this is being done for a reason.
Yeah.
That maybe has not been expressed.
Yeah, I agree with you.
To really get a sense and feel. You got exciting new technology like Twitter out there and all this social media and everything. You can get a lot of opinions colliding and study it, and run maybe a little conflict, internal fighting and powwowing with these candidates that we normally couldn't get away with doing. And because I've been fond in the past of keeping to the Reagan's 11th Amendment myself. But I think that our party, the Republican Party, hasn't been all the way perfect ourselves.
No, I agree with that assumption.
When that happens and you got mistakes that have been made, not as profound and society-jolting as the Democrats, certainly not. Of course not. But, if we're not on our A game, then sometimes you got to have a good little powwow that they're, a little good little shindiggy here where ideas collide pretty hard. It gets a little passionate, a little bit of feathers ruffled and so forth, and then you start formulating some sort of logical platform off that.
I agree. I
think that's kind of that's my suspicion. I don't know for sure, but my suspicion would be that maybe that's why they're allowing this primary to go longer. And I think the left lunatics are completely out of their doggone minds.
Yeah.
If they think that the Republican Party is doing their job for them, committing complete party suicide to where we don't have a shot at beating Obama, even if we are outspent.
Yeah.
But my contention opposed to what they're saying there is, look, man, you guys have Obama.
Yeah.
This guy's a Marxist.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
So I'm not... The timing works, I think, adequate enough, I suppose, with the Republican Party to do this and maybe get away with it even while we're being outspent. And I think that if people are passionate of making sure they get the best bang for their buck, as far as campaign contributions are concerned, then just like I post a few ads here and there on Twitter, I highly suggest that people maybe spend a little bit more on that on the Senate conservative race. Go to that www.senateconservatives.com.
Yeah.
Maybe apply a little extra money more so that way than this presidential race, because I'm not sure if money is going to matter that much this cycle.
Yeah. I think what it's going to come down to is the values of the country, Mike. I really do. I think people are going to weigh the Barry Soetoro Marxist hand, and they're going to go, do I really want to give up all my stuff for this? And 9 out of 10 will probably swing for Romney or whoever's going to get the ticket. Yeah,
bear in mind that, take me for an example. I am not tickled pink at all with Romney as winning this.
Yeah.
This primary.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer Newt Gingrich or Ron Paul even. I get chastised pretty hard on a lot of things that I like about Ron Paul. And being a strict constitutionalist and having fantastic free enterprise economic ideas, or returning to our basis of what got us to the show in the first place. And I think that maybe he's done a pretty bad public relations job on articulating and best explaining what he's about on the foreign affairs front.
Yeah,
because,
that's what I was just going to say.
He's let his opposition paint him as an isolationist. I'm not quite sure if that's all the way true.
No, I think Ron Paul
hasn't done the best job in explaining his foreign affairs positions as he could have done it, and I think his numbers have suffered as a result of that.
Yeah.
He did later come out explaining that he was a non-interventionist.
Yeah.
And but the thing is that even I think unfortunately for me, the thing about Ron Paul is I like him a lot.
Yeah.
But if you plan on winning in a Republican primary, you actually want to win it.
Yeah.
You really got to convey that you are pretty pro military and
Yeah.
intelligence and strength.
Yeah.
Strength basis on your national defense basis, a
Yeah.
little bit more than what he was describing and just yanking it all out and hightailing it everywhere.
Yeah, I agree.
And
yeah, Mark.
And even while he does that, though, on some of the points that he makes, actually many of the points that he makes, really,
Yeah.
I'll be fair to Ron Paul, there's a lot of great points he does make.
Yeah.
Where we sometimes do calculate wrong and get involved in foreign affairs stuff that maybe we don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But in the same notion, there are instances and times where we have gotten involved in some things that, you got to bear in mind that you got to be a practical mind. When these people go to D.C., especially the president, they get briefed, by the experts and all that are there. There's quite a bit of stuff that goes on around the world.
Yeah.
That they're not going to tell you about.
Absolutely.
But we're not all the way informed as a society ourselves.
Right.
Our job as voters is we're trying to gauge intelligence, the best character, the best propensity for decision making.
Right.
We're trying to size and gauge people on how they can maybe deal with an incredible amount of stress.
Yeah.
Dropping on them and so forth.
Yeah.
And even when we parlay and we comment on foreign affairs stuff, I know from being in the Army at one time, some years ago,
yeah,
that, we're not all the way briefed ourselves on what we're speculating about all the time.
Right. It's all hypothetical.
Oh, there's a little bit of, you can do brief conceptualizing.
Oh, yeah.
You can establish, premise belief points and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
But if the average American understood all the real dangers that were actually there around the world, they'd lose it.
Yeah.
And that's how it is with any nation that's going to be the world prevailing power of the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoever gets on top of the world, whoever's not on top wants to bring it down a notch.
Yeah.
It's true to us today.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's been true to every empire that ever was before us.
Yep.
And, even if we should fall one day,
yeah,
it'll be probably true for the next superpower that could be in this world thereafter us.
Yeah. Well, Mike, we got about 2 minutes left, and then my broadcast is over. So do you have any parting words for the folks here?
Yeah, people have to be patient. I know a lot of people out there have been enduring hardships and bad times.
Yeah.
That we don't traditionally see or are accustomed to in this nation.
Yeah.
You got a very grueling Republican primary. I think that most people that you'd ever talk to would understand clearly that Barack Hussein Obama is definitely just not, representative of what the vast majority of people aspire to in this nation.
Absolutely.
But it's on a very wrong course, and I think he believes in what it is that he's pursuing. It's just unfortunate that he's, aspired to Marxism.
Yeah.
And has failed to independently review what past Marxist nations have accomplished for themselves.
Yeah.
To understand that, none of them have succeeded at all, and it has nothing to do with anyone's intelligence of trying to apply the theory or the Marxist concept at all.
Yeah.
It's just that the concept is flawed.
I agree.
It's flawed all the way through. So I think that even maybe deep down inside, even Barack Hussein Obama can clearly see that it's true now.
Yeah.
After making a unfortunate calculation to apply these type of economic theories.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mike, it was a pleasure having you on the show. We got to wrap it up for the night, and I appreciate having you on. God bless you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, you bet. Have a great evening.
All right, you too, man. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
So that was Mike coming on the air with us on the David C. Hutto radio show. We'll catch you tomorrow, and Jay will be back in the studio. So God bless you all. Have a great, great night.